world. So, as you might be able to tell, I quite like reading. Surprise! And with reading also comes discussing books, being here on BookTube, hearing other people's thoughts, and with that I kind of realized that there's a certain opinion going around with a lot of people that I disagree with, and that is that the second part of a trilogy is always the worst. I don't know where that comes from, because personally I always like the second part best. It's so much more than the first and the third, and that's because we already know the characters a little bit and we get to know them way more specifically in the second part. The second part to me is about the characters developing, it's about the world building getting more detailed, it's about developing the story in a way that leads up to the finale but also gives space to react to the story, to get to know side characters, to get to know things that might not be important for the main plot but that are still interesting. So for me, reading a trilogy is a bit like getting to know a new person. It's like making a new friend or going on dates or something like this. The first time you get coffee with someone, you don't know them yet, you don't know what to talk about, it's a bit awkward, there are a bit of nervousness going around, there are a bit of awkward pauses and stuff like this. But the second time you meet them, you already know them, you've already had this first awkward encounter and you know what to talk about, you know where your common ground is. With a book it's the same thing. You get the first part where yes, it's really exciting and everything is new and that's interesting, but it's also so much new information. And in the second part you already know your ground, you know what the world is like, you know what the characters are like, you know where the story is probably going, so you know what to focus on, and you also have time to kind of take a step back. You know that you've got the first part where everything important is established, and you know that the third part will be there where like the big finale will be. So the second part is kind of your second date. It's where you decide whether or not you really like this story. It's where you decide which character is your favorite. It's the part of the trilogy where you yourself can start guessing how this all will end. It's the part where you can start guessing who will end up together, who will defeat whom, and where you can find your own place in the story. And I really love that. To me, the second part is the one that truly defines the story and the author, because it's the one where you notice if the world isn't that well built. It's where you notice whether the plot is actually thought through. It's the one where you notice if the author actually took time to create details, to create side stories, to create side characters, to create plot twists and all those things. It's the one that defines whether or not this story is complex. I just think the second part of trilogies deserves more love. Give the second part a chance. It's just trying to be loved. So yeah, I guess I just want to ramble about that for a bit because it's been in the back of my mind for forever and it's really been bugging me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Which part is your favorite? Also, do you prefer trilogies or series that go on for longer? Because if it goes on for longer, I'm always a bit conflicted because there is no middle part, or there are several middle parts, and I can never quite tell if that's a good thing or if it's like too stretched out. It's really difficult. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and thanks for listening to me ramble about books. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you always have a reason to smile, and I shall see you soon. Bye!